Mainstream media online traffic tanked after Trump left the White House. Now, this is what's referred to as a Pyrrhic victory. Named after Pyrrhus, yeah. So the whole thing is like he was conquering Italy, I believe, at the time, and he succeeded in all the military campaigns he was given. Like he what he sought out to do, he succeeded, but the cost was so high that he lost all his troops basically, and things didn't go too well when his homeland was invaded. At least if I remember the story, that's pretty much how it went. And that's what happened to the mainstream media. They lost everything to get Trump out. They went all in on the lies and the hoaxes and the fake news, and they succeeded. They got Orange Man out. But at what cost? They're not going to be celebrating their victory for very long because they're all laying people off right now. Mainstream media's 4-year-long sustained and relentless battle royale against President Orange Man and his own distaste and fierce criticism of them may not have fostered a healthy political and social climate in the U.S., but this certainly brought a lot of traffic and, by extension, revenue to these outlets. Yeah, and now these same outlets, they could probably rekindle some of that traffic and revenue if they went after Biden half as hard as they're going after Trump. But something tells me they're not willing to do that. Now that Kamala Harris is in the White House, the traffic has declined by 20% or more in February compared to just a month before, said web traffic analytics firm SimilarWeb has said. Unlike Trump, whose every move was in the limelight and scrutinized, Biden, aka Harris's bitch, seems set to carry out whatever policies his administration has in mind, with the public, for better or worse, not paying much attention. Oh man, they're gonna. Oh, so our side has pretty much just accepted, like, these next 4 years are going to be a wash. Just we got to prepare for what happens after that. But the other side is the hilarious one. Because I'm sure if you've been paying attention, you've seen so many articles and stories about voter regret, voter remorse. So many hilarious stories about that. Like, I think the funniest one is the Keystone Pipeline. The fucking union that was responsible for the Keystone Pipeline endorsed Biden and just went to the mat for him. And now they're crying like little bitches. Like, oh my God, he took our jobs. Like, he literally said he was going to take your gerbs before you supported him. You fucking idiots get what you deserve. And that's just one of the many stories of that nature. Just one. So the other side, if they're not, I would suggest if you voted for Biden, you need to be paying attention to what he does more than anybody. Because I can guarantee you he's not going to give any of the stuff he promised you, and he's probably going to make things worse for you. And if you know it's coming, you'll be prepared. Or you can just listen and believe and trust him. And whatever. We'll see what happens. It's not my problem. Now, print and broadcast media analytics companies said that there have been 3 times fewer stories about Biden in February of this year than about Trump in the same month of current year, -4, i.e. the first month after both took their respective presidencies. Cable broadcasters reflected the same trend, dedicating about 1,836 minutes to Biden last month against 4,669 minutes talking about Trump in February 4 years ago. More results emerging from this data show that interest in finance and business, stoked last year by the economic crisis caused by the government lockdowns and other measures, is declining, but less so than that in politics. What some mainstream media take away from this is that people are now used to the drama from the politics that was present during the Orange Man presidency. However, much of that drama, producing polarization and divisions, may have actually come from the media themselves rather than the politics per se. Wow, you guys just now figured that out? Congratulations. Fucking congratulations. You finally see the truth, don't you? That is exactly what happened. The media is one of the biggest perpetrators of the divide we have in this country right now. The lying fake news media is the reason so many people hate each other. After all, the current sharp dip in traffic shows they had incentive to keep whipping up that drama for financial reasons beyond any preferred politics and ideologies. Yeah, right now their problem is they're desperate for money, but they're not willing to turn on their party just yet. Because the mainstream media in the US is basically the propaganda arm of the Democratic Party. So they're not going to risk it. However, not all outlets are seeing a decline in interest in political news. Conservative ones have seen a huge surge. Yeah, fucking Doug TenNapel is. I don't know if we're ever going to see another book from him again at this rate because he's making a killing on YouTube. With Newsmax 179% up last month compared to the daily average during the past 3 years. SimilarWeb said One America News Network and Gateway Pundit gained 157 and 70% respectively. And when Orange Man addressed the CPAC earlier this month, 7 million people tuned in to watch. Now, what's going to be funny to see is if any of these dying legacy fake news media outlets try to flip their politics all of a sudden. Because I doubt they're gonna do it because they're useful idiots. They're true believers. They're not gonna turn on their owners. But what if they did? Would anyone trust them if they flip flopped now? I sure as fuck no. I'm done with them for good. I haven't even had cable for years. I have no interest. I don't get my news from their homepages and websites. Fuck them. It's all a bunch of fake news spin and lies anyway. So we'll see what happens. At this point, I think the only thing that's holding the dying legacy media afloat is the fact that they're censoring their competition. Every time someone on the other side is looking like they're going to make a platform that's going to give them a run for their money, all of a sudden they're being censored. Funny coincidence that. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.